Asato ma sadgamaya tamaso ma jyotirgamaya mrityorma amrutam gamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om. May the Divine lead us from the unreal to the real, from darkness to light, from death to immortality. Om. Peace, peace, peace.
This song was the first song sang by Narendranath Datta in presence of Sri Ramakrishna. The song written by Bacharam Chattopadhyay. The gist meaning of the song is, O Lord, are my days going to be fruitless? I look out for you day and night with hope. You are the Lord of the universe, and I am the mere orphan beggar. How can I ask you to come to my heart? I keep the door of my heart's abode always open with hope of your kind visit and grace. जब की है दिनों आमर बिफले चोली जब की दिनों बिफले चोली हे अच्छी नाथ देवानिशे अच्छी नाथ देवानिशे आशा पाथ निरुखी जब की दिनों मार बिफले चोली हे जब की दिनों मार तुम्हें त्रिभुवननाथ आमे भिखारी अनाथ মম হৃদয়ে যাবে কি হে দিন আমার বিফলে চলি যাবে কি দিন আমার হৃদয় কুটির দ্বার খুলে রাখে অনিবার হৃদয় কুটির দ্বার খুলে রাখে অনিবার কৃপা করে একবার এসে কে জুড়াবে যাবে কি দিন আমার বিফলে চলি যাবে কি দিন
I'm reading from the book Letter to a Student by Swami Purushothamananda. Here are some questions and answers between Swamiji and Swami Purushothamanandaji and the students. Question: how can concentration be cultivated? Answer: students as well as spiritual aspirants keep on asking this question. Eka is one, agra is tip. Hence, ekagrata or concentration implies being one-pointed, putting all resources together in one place. Concentration of the mind is bringing all the scattered mental forces together and channelizing the attention towards one object or aim. If you ask whether our mind is not in a concentrated condition as it is, the answer will have to be no, because the mind is by nature restless. Added to this, the five senses, ears, eyes, nose, tongue, and skin, constantly draw the mind's attention towards themselves. Since their pull is very strong, the mind ceaselessly flows towards the senses. Apart from this, the mind has its own desires, whims, and fancies. These are capable of drawing the mind out too. The senses cooperate with desires and make a fool of the mind until it becomes as distracted as a restless monkey. Can we expect such a mind to be concentrated? How then can the mind be held in equilibrium? How can the mind's energy getting dissipated in all directions be made to flow in one direction? The solution is to discipline it. Then, how can it be disciplined? This is the second question. The mind should be advised to occupy itself with one object at a given time. O mind, now I have to read and understand this lesson. So kindly do not disturb yourself with other thoughts, but help me in assimilating this. If, however, the mind does not pay heed to these soft words, you will have to harsh and tell it sharply, O mind, you are my servant. You must listen to what I am saying. With all this, It's very important to lead a disciplined life. What is meant by a disciplined life? It means doing all the work that is required to be done from morning till night fall in an orderly and well organized way. Also, bad thoughts should not be entertained. One must not indulge in idle talk or useless activities. With all these precautions, certain mistakes may occur. The mind should be admonished and advised not to repeat the mistakes. If the blunders occur again, the mind should be tutored again. Struggling thus, our actions will have to be systemized. When a daily routine becomes established, the mind will retain its poise to a large extent. Such a mind will be obedient and cooperative. As already mentioned, the senses are capable of distracting the mind in every way. So they do have to be watched. Their demands have neither rhyme nor reason. Being attached to them, if we let them have their way, the mind which constantly stays with them will be once again thrown out of equilibrium. Those who wish to control their minds should never foolishly pamper the sense organs. With the changing times, perhaps being influenced by the Western civilization, students are increasingly letting their senses run wild. If not in the prime of youth, should life be enjoyed in old age when one is more dead than alive? This is the seemingly logical argument of the youngsters. While they assert this smilingly, not many elders venture to impart wisdom and correct them. Hearing the multitude of youths forcefully declaring thus, perhaps even the elders have to come to believe their assertion to be true. Although the elders may remain indifferent, the evil outcome will not remain ineffective. If the body, mind, and senses are used whimsically without understanding their nature and workings, fearful effects will result, which will destroy our peace, prosperity, and contentment and reduce us to a pitiable condition. Then nothing will be in our hands. The conclusion is this: uncontrolled sense organs can destroy the concentration of the mind. The earlier this bitter truth is understood, the better. Here is it.
Now a short period of meditation. Good morning to you all. Wonderful to be again together at the Sunday service of the Vedanta Society of Toronto. And today's topic of discussion is concentration and assimilation. We all know that power, vigor, and strength are very important in our life, whether physical strength or mental strength. By the word assimilation, we often are concerned with the assimilation by the body. The food that we eat should be digested and should be assimilated in the body to become a part of the body. Otherwise, just taking in the food without assimilating it has no role of food. It is useless. So assimilation is very important for the body to get the nutrients, energy, and building blocks, building molecules of the body. Similarly, mind is also another body. We call the mind subtle body. In Vedanta, this physical body is called gross body, and mind is called subtle body, Sukshma Sarira. And Sukshma Sarira or subtle body acts just like the physical body. It needs nutrition and it needs assimilation. The power to make our physical body strong is nutrient given it to the digestive system and also the exercise. Power, the way to make our mind strong is concentration, focus. That makes mind very strong. When the body is strong, we don't fall sick. A strong body is like our servant. We say, go there, walk there, lift this, work hard, and body listens very happily. And the weak body becomes our master. You say to the body, when it is weak, get up. Body says, no, I can't, I don't have energy. It becomes your master, not servant. When body is your servant, you are a very happy person. When body is master, then it is problem. And when the body becomes servant, your aid, your companion, when it is strong. So to make the body strong is very essential. Similarly, mind strong is also very important. Strong mind is your true friend, true companion. And to make the mind strong, we have to empower it. You have to make it vigorous. How to make the mind vigorous? To make the mind powerful, strong, vigorous, is by concentration, ability to focus on particular object, to develop willpower, that I will not let mind divert to any other thing. Now the situations have changed. Now because of this electronic gadget, computer, phones, smartphones, this time of focus has become very less. Now the research have shown that in 1 hour of seeing laptop or focusing on particular subject, people often tend to divert it so much. Something they are seeing, suddenly one email comes. They go to who sent the email. Something phone rings. Who did the phone? How many times is the distraction? They say 37 times in 1 hour is the distraction. Now how to save yourself from such distraction and put focus on meditation? So it needs willpower. Willpower, no, I will not allow mind to divert. I will not see the email now. I am doing this work. I will not pay heed to the ring phone. Put it off. Don't pay heed. Like that, the power of concentration increases by not allowing mind to led by the different whims of our mind, mental things. As it was being read in the reading today, that how the senses become so powerful that they drag our mind. It is said in the Bhagavad Gita, Indriyani paranyahu, indriyebhya parammana. Senses are powerful, but the mind is more powerful than the senses. How the senses become powerful and mind becomes weak and are enslaved by the senses which are supposed to obey the mind, and they become powerful and start dragging the senses. Start ordering the mind, do this, look here, listen that. And the mind is powerless to do the things because it is not powerful by the increase of willpower and the power of concentration. This concentration is the strength of the mind. We pray in the Vedas that God is Teja, God is brilliance, Tejo Asi, and give me something of yours. I want to be divine. I am divine, but I want to express that divinity. Tejo Asi, Tejo Mahi Dei. And Viryam Asi, Viryam Dei. Your vigor, your strength. Give me strength. Without your giving me power, how can I follow? So give me strength, and you have the power to make me strong, vigorous, powerful. By your power, I will become powerful. I will become like you. I will manifest your power and your qualities in my mind. My life should be divine, not animalistic. My life should be divine, not based on senses and sense enjoyment that the animals do. Human beings, they dwell on God. They enjoy the divine things, intellectual enjoyment, poetry, the scenery, the arts, little less than the divine. But that is the level. Up to that we can come down from intellectual joy to spiritual joy. Bhajanananda, Brahmananda, like that. O Lord, you are the embodiment of infinite vigor. Endow me with vigor. Vigor, strength, power is needed for success in any venture, including spirituality in our life. That's why Upanishad said, Nayam Atma Balahinena Labba. You want to be spiritual, you want to transform your life, you want to become divine, manifest God in your life. Without strength, you cannot do that. The weak cannot become spiritual, perfectly said. Weak in body, weak in mind. When mind is strong, body's weakness also, mind can overcome that. Much depends on the strength of the mind. Many people will find they are not so capable in the body, but they're mentally so strong, willpower is so strong, it can overpower the weak body. That's why it says, Nayam Atma Balahinena Labha, said, without power, strength, you cannot attain the Atman. This Atman or true self cannot be attained without strength. To enhance the strength and power of our mind, concentration is the only way. They say by concentration we get knowledge. Brahma Veda, Brahmaiva Bhavati. If you can know Brahman, if you can know divine, if you can know your true self, you become that true self. You become divine. And then there is no way that divinity will not manifest through you. But you have to know who you really are. To know the Brahman, then what to do? Swami Vivekananda said, if I had to do my education over again, I would not study facts at all. I would develop the power of concentration and detachment. That is Swami Vivekananda said. When I had the power of concentration developed in my mind, I would put on any subject and I would acquire the facts in seconds, in minutes, in no time I would get that, instead of putting all the mind. That's why increase of the power of the mind, power of concentration is very important to make our instrument of our life, of human life, this mind to be more concentrated. Concentration is the essence of knowledge. Nothing can be done without it. 90% of thought force is wasted by ordinary human being, and therefore he is constantly committing blunders. The trained man or mind never makes a mistake, Swamiji says. So trained mind is the one which is concentrated mind, powerful mind. And all our mistakes and errors in life are because mind is not focused, is not concentrated. This is the problem. And how to develop this concentration, how to get this knowledge? There is only one method by which to attain knowledge, that which is called concentration. Swami Vivekananda said, the difference between men and men, difference between men and animal, it is in the power of concentration of the mind. The main difference between men and the animals is the difference in their power of concentration. So when we have attained the power of concentration, we become better human being. When we lose focus, we don't have control over our mind. Mind goes wherever it likes, and you have not trained your mind to put obstacles to it roaming here and there and giving it a focus, giving it a direction, then we are not developed into a true human being. We behave like animals. That is what, when Swami Vivekananda said to one of Sri Ramakrishna's very senior devotee, and when he said, I have made no progress in life. I met Sri Ramakrishna, God incarnation. He was a very pious person, Balaram Basu. Swami Vivekananda said, what are you saying? You were animal. Now you have become human being. So your spiritual growth has been there. You are not aware of how much changes have come in you, how much focus, how much feeling. You was already a wonderful, pure soul. You have become human being, and surely by the grace of Sri Ramakrishna that you have achieved, you will become God. All divinity will manifest through you. Don't worry, you have touched the feet of Lord. You are going to manifest that. That was Sri Swami Vivekananda saying to this thing, our Balaram Basu. So that's how difference between beings is in the power of concentration. How this human being even empower the world? How do they rule the world? It were in other ages, other animals were there, dinosaurs. By sheer power of their physical strength, physical size of the body, they were ruling the earth. Then came human beings. Now human beings are much smaller compared to dinosaurs. But they rule the world, they rule earth. How? This is the power of, they say, cortex. The creativity, the thought, the power of, how this creativity comes? Concentration is needed. Without that, creativity will also not be there. Creativity, thoughts, going deeper into the thing, trying again and again to make better life situation, and that includes all this situation that we have grown. If you believe in biological evolution, human evolution from Neanderthal man to Homo sapiens, all that is the power of brain, power of thinking, power of concentration that has developed it and is still developing. And that biological evolution has to, final and ultimate evolution is from biological evolution to spiritual evolution. Chemical evolution, biological evolution, finally is the spiritual evolution. That will come also through the power of concentration. Swami Vivekananda said very beautifully, the world is ready to give up its secrets if we know how to knock. And this knocking comes by the concentrated mind. And when your mind is focused, then when you put that on something that you are not able to solve, and the more you focus, it is like knocking, giving a blow to the problem, and the solution will come out. When Jesus said, knock and it shall be opened unto you. And that knocking is also same. You go, you become focused to the divine, you want God and nothing else. And that desire and focus on your wish to get God in your life is knocking at the door. When Sri Ramakrishna was dissatisfied, not having the vision of the Divine Mother, and nothing mattered to him, the world was useless for him, life was useless for him, and he picked up the sword and wanted to give up life. That is knocking at the door. When we try to meditate, and when Buddha said, I will not get up from this seat unless I realize the Bodhi, that is knocking at the door. And when that knocking happens, door will open to you, and it shall be opened unto you. Swami Vivekananda says, this knocking for us is the concentration of the mind. Focus your mind and you will attain success. All secrets of nature, of science, of arts, all will be revealed to you if you develop your mind, if you train your mind to become concentrated. Swami Vivekananda had great this thing about how to be that. He said, after concentration, there It's assimilation. What is assimilation in the mental case? What we focus, study, comes to our knowledge, are we able to make it a part of our life? It is practical in our life, or just theoretical, just give something and it has no connection. We can't connect with what we study and learn and focus. That becomes undigested thing. That doesn't make our life richer with the academic knowledge of that. They often call academic knowledge. Means you have no connection with your life. Just you intellectually, you just intelligize your brain, and intellectually you are little satisfied, but many things are gone. You cannot assimilate that. To assimilation of what you learn is very important. It is like swallowing everything, and then you don't digest that. What is the use of eating? Like that, what you think and get from your senses by study, by hearing lectures. For example, we listen so many lectures, and we feel so wonderful lectures. Because we listen without much concentration, doing this chore, that chore, we can understand the thing. It gives wonderful feeling of what a great lecture is given, what a wonderful explanation. After next day, if you ask, what did you hear, what did you listen in that lecture, we don't remember anything. It was a nice lecture. That's how it is. So that's what Vedanta was said. One old lady in Punjab went to listen Vedanta lecture, and she came back. And her teenager granddaughter asked him, Grandma, you went to listen Vedanta. What did you learn today? He said, yes, I had gone to Vedanta. But what did you learn? What did you assimilate? It was Vedanta. Does one understand Vedanta like that? What are you saying? That means Vedanta is something that you don't understand anything. Go and listen, that itself is the merit. So Vedanta ऐसा कोई नहीं समझता Vedanta है तो क्या पूछ रही है? What are you asking? How much you learn? I didn't go to learn. I went just to listen. So that listening without assimilating, it has no importance. And why couldn't that grandma assimilate? Because she was not focused. She was not trained. Her mind was not trained. She had no background of Vedanta. But she knew it is a holy thing. Meet some holy person. It was a holy company, not a study of the Vedanta. Swami Vivekananda said, education is not the amount of information that is put into your brain and runs riot there, undigested all your life. And that we call education. When M came to Sri Ramakrishna, and Sri Ramakrishna asked, how is your wife? He said, she is good, but she is ignorant. What she had to say, she is ignorant. And that he added, because he felt always, I am double MA, I am so learned. Not only double MA, he was really very voracious reader. He had read philosophy, Western philosophy, Eastern philosophy, much more than what he used to teach. He was really an erudite person, very academic person. And he enjoyed that. And he felt perhaps sorry for his wife that he didn't know much study and didn't study anything, and she was deprived of the joy of learning of books. And he said to Sri Ramakrishna, that was expressed without being even asked, she is good, but she is ignorant. That Sri Ramakrishna retorted sharply, and you are a man of knowledge? It was a big shock for him. He thought he was an academic and man of knowledge. Just he was confused. I have studied so much what this holy man says. He really felt he was a man of knowledge. That time he reflected that perhaps reading book alone is not having the knowledge. Knowledge is that which transforms our life, not only intellectual tantalization of our brain. That's why Swamiji said, you get all the information and then it runs riot there and becomes undigested all your life, creates more confusion. We must have life-building, man-making, character-building assimilation of ideas. So assimilation of ideas that become a part of our life. That's why Kabir Das ji said, Pothi padi padi jag muwa hua na pandit koi. The whole world studies so much, and whole reading books only, and everyone thinks by reading the books it becomes learned. Dhai akshar prema ka padhe so pandit hoye. You need 4-letter word, 5-letter in vernacular in Hindi, prem. You need to learn the word love, and that is erudition, scholarship, that is real humanity. Only learn means assimilate. Can you assimilate called love? Can you love others? Can you love? If you can do that, then you have become real scholar, real pandit, real spiritual person. So that's what Kabir Das ji also said. He was also not very learned person. He had no formal education, but he was learned spiritually. He was a wise person. Without studying, without learning books also, person can become wise. Another person who had assimilated the teachings and had full control over his mind, and it's Swami Adbhutananda. He couldn't even learn the alphabet of Bengali language. Sri Ramakrishna himself tried to teach him. Who to teach him all spiritual knowledge, give him all spiritual knowledge. He tried to teach him Bengali alphabet. And he could not even pronounce the first alphabet correctly. And Sri Ramakrishna said, okay, it will not be done. As if Sri Ramakrishna was also not much learned in that way. In school he went, he knew how to write and read, that he was efficient in that. But he didn't have long formal education, not even school education. Only 1 or 2 years he might have gone to the school, and he gave up the education. He said, people are all only learning to earn money. The purpose of learning is not to earn money, but to enlighten our intellect. I don't want to have that education which only is done for survival, for earning money, for enjoying the world. I want that learning that will enlighten my mind, my intellect. Ya vidya sa vimuktaye. That is real learning, which makes you free, gives you emancipation. You can attain freedom by that knowledge. That is the real knowledge. And Swami Adbhutananda, he was also a wise person, a saint, a sage, without having any knowledge. Swami Vivekananda said, it was the greatest miracle of Sri Ramakrishna among all 16 disciples was Swami Adbhutananda. All had some recourse to some scriptures, some books they could read, but he had no books to read, to reflect back, only meditation and prayer. And he was engrossed in that all the 24 hours. And little sleep daytime, whole night only japam, repeating God's name, being connected to God, divine. That was the life of Swami Adbhutananda. How much japam and prayer and meditation he did all his life. That is what is the focus. If you have assimilated 5 ideas and made them your life and character, you have made education. You have more education than any man who has got by heart a whole library. 5 ideas and assimilating that. So this is what is called assimilation, making a part. Sri Ramakrishna gives very nice example. What is different between this knowledge and assimilation? He said, some people have seen milk, have heard of milk first, little knowledge by hearing, Shruti. And then when they see milk, it is greater knowledge. White liquid is milk, some idea. Then some knowledge has come about the milk. Then they saw really milk. Greater knowledge, oh, it is this liquid, it is called milk. But still there is no assimilation. This knowledge is incomplete knowledge. And after that, some drank that milk. By drinking itself also, it has not been assimilated. Drank, digested, absorbed, went into to make it the body part. Then that is assimilation. That is true knowledge. That is what is required from concentration. When the rishis, students used to come to the rishis, they told to the teacher, Adhihi Bhagavo Brahmeti. You have heard about the Brahman. It is the bliss. And getting it, people become immortal. Teach me Brahman. Now Brahman is the self. It is not an object. It is the subject. It cannot be taught. So, but the student wants to know what is Brahman. And teacher said, to know the Brahman, you have to practice concentration. Tapasa Brahma Vijignyasasva. It is not something to be, I will give you, I will say you, this is wall, and you will see wall, and you have the knowledge of wall. Brahman has to be learned through concentration, tapas. Tapas is often called austerity, but main thing is it concentration. Practice concentration, focus on it, put whole mind into that, and then you will understand what Brahman is by yourself. To have that concentration, you need to have surroundings, some conditions. Mind has to come, you have to be in a lonely place, not to be distracted, focused on that, and that focus go deeper and deeper, and then, as Swami Vivekananda says, power of mind increases, and the secrets are revealed, whether it is the secret of worldly knowledge or the knowledge of spiritual truths. Concentration is the disciplined focus of mind on God, while assimilation is the internalization of spiritual truths, so that they become part of one's being. So, disciplined focus on God, that is what is meant by spiritual concentration, that we are more concerned. So, how to increase concentration? That is the thing, that is the most important thing for us. So, for that it is, the one is focused devotion. The devotion with focus. How is that? Put your mind in God and pray to God. Meditate upon God with a focused mind. How much focus? Sri Ramakrishna used to say, Panch Shike, Panch Ana. In Bengali epithet, he used to say, Panch Shike, Panch Ana. More than 100%, 125%, 5 quarters. 4 quarters makes whole. 5 quarters. Not only that, above 5 quarters, 1 ana more. 1/16th of 100 more. So there is no limit to have this focus. 5 shike, 5 ana. When you focus in that way, not allowing mind to be distracted and focusing it on God, that is called focused devotion. That is how we increase concentration. And to have that, the methods are given in many branches of spiritual practice. One of them, how to increase the focus, Raja Yoga. Raja Yoga says, sit on a place and control your breath. And then it says, Pratyahara. Try to focus. You will find mind by its natural course, natural trait of the mind, it is restless. It will go away from what you were trying to focus on. Then bring back that mind and put on the object of your focus. That is called pratyahara. Practice pratyahara. Always sit there, focus, and mind goes. Bring that back. Don't be annoyed. They say you have to treat mind like a child first in the beginning. Mind goes and say, no, not there. Come here. Here is the thing to be done. Willpower. Your intellect, willpower is saying to the mind, not go there, come back. Like the child goes away and you bring, mother brings, like that. Sometimes you have to be strong. Little you have mind has a little come under control. Then pratyahara mind goes, now not going anywhere. Like Sri Ramakrishna. When he used to sit for meditation, he used to hear the sound of click on his joint of the bones. Click, click, as if every movement of the bone was logged. Every moving part of the bone was logged. And you cannot move anymore. Asana is perfected. You cannot move any more. Like Buddha said, no more going from here. This body may die. This may be pulverized. Muscles may pulverize. But I am not going to get up from this seat without having the knowledge of Bodhi, without having the knowledge of truth. Like that, sometimes strict to your mind when you find mind has come under control a little. But when mind is little like a toddler, then you bring with love. Mind has grown up a little, like little teenager. After controlling, they say, no, you are not going anywhere. Sit here. Mind goes there. I told you not to go. Come back here. Then pratyahara becomes easier. Pratyahara is practiced. After pratyahara practice, they say for concentration, then dharana. Then focus on that longer time. on object of meditation. And just visualize. First it starts with imagination. That's what the meditation starts. You focus on anything. You focus on, suppose within the heart, you focus on a deity of your choice, or just sound of Om, or anything, or any symbol you focus. And then things are like dark, doesn't see. But as the focus increases, concentration is increased, then you find it clear, form is coming. Then you see everything very clearly. If you focus on the image, on the form of God, any God that you like, Kali, Durga, Sri Ramakrishna, Shiva, any Jesus, any God, whatever we have seen, it doesn't have to be exactly Jesus as he was. We don't have any photographs. All pictures of Jesus are imagination. Only in case of Sri Ramakrishna, we have the real, how he looked. Others we don't know. Krishna, we don't know. How does Shiva look, that also we don't know. But whatever imagination people had, or whatever they had seen, and from that they had tried to express that, put that in your heart. And try to visualize and see that every part of Shiva, every part, bright, smiling, full concentration, seated there in ultimate peace, in samadhi, not moving, but aware of the truth. And that type of imagination of Shiva seated in your heart, or Sri Ramakrishna residing in the lotus of your heart, that when increases, you find greater and greater this dharana coming. That's what Raja Yoga says. Concentration is increasing. Now you are becoming better concentrated person. Focus of your strength of mind is increasing. From dharana, more longer dharana. Mind is not distracting. It can still stay longer time. 2 minutes, 5 minutes, totally without going out. Then it becomes dhyana. They say, if 1 second is dharana, 12 seconds is dhyana. And dharana, dhyana, and samadhi is 12 into 12 into 12 seconds. That way it goes. So that's how you increase the concentration of mind, by focused devotion. To increase the focused devotion, Sri Ramakrishna always emphasized solitude and practice. Abhyasena tu kaunteya vairagyena chagriyate. So abhyasa, practice focusing your mind on particular object, and then mind's strength will come. It will gain the power to concentrate, focus it, practice it, abhyasa. Then abhyasa, practice, will not be successful unless you have vairagya. Vairagya is detachment from other things. No interest, losing charm in the world and worldly things is called vairagya. All worldly things seems to be so much attractive, all giving all joy. Then when we are wise and understand there is nothing much in the world. Someone was talking, really we don't find anything joy in going any place anymore. Oh, if I could go to that place, it would be so nice. Not to the place that they have already gone, but to the places they have not gone. They had earlier had a wish to go, 25, 30 years ago. Now at 60, 65, they say, okay, we have gone so many places seen. Now that not having that strong desire for the things of the world is called vairagya. Now vairagya has come to visit that place. Vairagya has come to eat this place. Vairagya have come to wear this thing. Vairagya have come to procure that car. Now vairagya comes. When vairagya comes, your mind doesn't go to that place. Naturally, your mind is now free to focus on the thing that you want to put it. The external force of attraction will be less. So, this solitude, and that is increased when you are in solitude. When you are in solitude, external things do not change at all. They do one kind of meditation called vipassana. It is based on Buddhistic teaching, but they say it is non-denominational. But what they do there, you go there, it is a 10-day course, and they will say, you cannot bring any phone. No phone, no computer. No book. No japamala. Nothing. No external thing. And you cannot talk there for 10 days. No talking with any other person. Not only talking, not looking at any other person. You are with yourself. There is no particular method of concentration like have the Raja Yoga and scientific, but say be with yourself. Focus on your limb, focus on your breathing, something like that. on your body some part. But the thing is, withdraw your mind from going away in the worldly things and put it on whatever you like. Increase the power of mind. In Raja Yoga lecture also Swamiji said, begin your dharana by focusing on the hand. Just think of your hand and see how long you can put your mind in that. That's what the dharana will increase. So that's how power of mind is increased. Going in solitude. Sri Ramakrishna always says, Nirjan Vas, in Bengali it is called. Going where there are not so many people. So you are alone and you have no attraction will be there, distraction will be all gone, external distraction. When you have attained that distraction now the world is less attractive for you, then vairagya has developed in you, then wherever you live it doesn't matter. Everything is without any destructive power. The world loses power to attract you. The charm of the world is reduced. Mahamaya has become favorable to you. It is all Mahamaya who conjures of all attraction for the human being. Sri Ramakrishna says in one of his talks, there is one Ramprasad song, it says that they are flying the kite. And the kite, Mahamaya wants that kite should be flown and the place will go all along. And whenever one or two kite is just set loose, then Mahamaya is very happy, but she doesn't want play to stop. Kite should should go on flying. That is what Mahamaya does. And when you have done that, power of Mahamaya to allure you, to attract you to this world has become less. Now this avidya Maya is showing the face Vidya Maya. Maya has two types of face. One is avidya Maya, Vidya Maya. Avidya Maya, attraction to the world, bondage to the world, suffering. Vidya Maya, to more Godward movement of the mind and less attraction to the world, and you start being a devotee of God, a spiritual practitioner, a man of knowledge. So Vidya Maya turns into Vidya Maya and becomes favorable for you to become divine, spiritual. That happened. And Sri Ramakrishna said, faith as the root. So Sri Ramakrishna saying is, as the man's meditation, so is his feeling of love. As his feeling of love, so is his gain. And faith is the root of all. Faith in the divine power that guides us. I have my Ishta. He will guide me. I can control the mind. I can increase concentration. And I will become spiritual person. I have that power. Why should I say that? Why do I say? There is God to help me always. There is Holy Mother to help me always. So that faith, if it is there, then it becomes easy. Practice becomes easy. How to improve assimilation? Absorbing instruction. Sri Ramakrishna used to say, you should, those who are simple and pure-minded, they absorb the instruction very quickly, particularly Vedantic instruction. Sri Ramakrishna once said to Yam about a wall on which are covered one meadow. Meadow was not seen because of a wall between the person and the meadow. Huge meadow was there. And that meadow had a wall, had a hole in it. And from the hole you could see a part of the meadow, a huge part of the meadow. And he asked him, what is that hole? And he said, you are that hole. And Sri Ramakrishna was so happy, you have got it. He was very happy. The divine persons, the gods, the prophets are the thing through which we can see God, we can realize God, we can understand God. To understand God is the power of assimilation, and that comes when our mind is pure. Pure mind, simple mind can absorb the instruction. Sri Ramakrishna gave the example of silver nitrate. He said, in the earlier time when there was photography, there used to be in glass was the thing. Before glass, during our time, there were negatives. And that it will put inside the dark room in the camera, you click and light comes and the photos come. Before that, during Sri Ramakrishna's time, there was no these plastic negatives. They were glass, and in the glass used to be put silver nitrate, black solution used to call. And that was put in the dark in the camera, and the person used to open this aperture, and the picture will come. And to have that picture come to that glass, silver nitrate has to be pasted. And then silver nitrate exposed to light, the figure will be there, image will come. So Sri Ramakrishna said, that is what is absorbing the instruction, silver nitrate. And what is silver nitrate? Your purity of mind and your faith in God and your devotion to God is the silver nitrate by which you can have the photograph done. Without that, no photo will come. Light will come, everything will come, but you will not retain. You cannot assimilate. Then you should leaving the teaching. Whatever teaching you hear, you should try to leave the teaching. That's why Swami Vivekananda said, 5 ideas if we take, that will be enough. One person told, when Swami he came, I think Swami Brahmananda, Swamiji, please give me instruction how to live, how to become spiritual. He said, in your first textbook of nursery, Varna Parichaya, Bengali, the first sentence you read, that is the ultimate. You don't have to do anything. And what was that? Sada satta katha bolibe. Always speak the truth. That was the first sentence. Learn this, practice this. You will become spiritual. Be truthful in your speech. Be truthful in your attitude and behavior. That is the greatest teaching. Follow that. After that come. You follow that. Be truthful. Then come for the second instruction. Like that. Transforming through practice. We need to practice only, then we can assimilate the thing. Without practice, nothing will happen. Failure and do again and again. That's why they say count the names, repeat the names. Perseverance, he says, Sri Ram, for assimilation, perseverance is needed. We have to do again and again if we fail even. I did so many years, 10 years of my initiation, mantra japping, Ram, 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 nothing happening. You have not done fully correctly. Go on doing. Some monk complained. They had gone to some Uttarakhand or somewhere to tapasya to Holy Mother. Mother, I have been doing practice so much. I have not any vision of God. What is that? Holy Mother rebuked that. Wrote him, asked another person to write to that sadhu. You have become sadhu, gave up everything to repeat God's name, to remember God. What do you expect more than that? Go on doing that. It's not God will be compelled by what you are doing. God will come by His own sweet will. But what else you should do other than repeating God's name and praying to God? Go on doing that. This perseverance, go on doing. Sri Ramakrishna gave the example of farmer, traditional farmer. The farmer who are traditional go on preparing the land, plowing the land, no rain. Then next year again they will prepare. But those who are new farmers, newly bought land, they will prepare no rain. Next year, it will rain or plowed the land, made ready, no rain. After that, no farming, stopped. So that are not the real persons. They cannot attain success. You have to persevere day in and day out. And when we have such type of thing, even pretense of being holy also may become assimilate you. The one that the fake ascetic. The false ascetic was there, and actually it was thief. It had gone to steal fish from a pond, that from a small water body. And he went there, and somehow the guards saw. And he reported to the police and all that, to the other person's security. And then he found out that people have already seen. What he did, quickly he turned himself into ascetic, wore some cloth, put some that ashes, and sat under a tree in meditation. So all they came to catch the thief, but they found one ascetic is there. So thief somehow has fled away, but this ascetic is doing tapasya. All they bowed down to him. Next day morning, people brought some gifts and gave. Then this thief who had false ascetic, he thought, I have become false ascetic, false fake lover of God, and so much of honor and respect I get. If I really become truly ascetic, truly lover of God, truly holy man, how much and how great things I will get. These things become useless. So that person really truly gave up the world, gave up his stealing, and became a holy person. That Sri Ramakrishna says. Like that, if we even tend to do that, then also you try to become, your changes come in our minds. That's also, we assimilate the thing, trying to practice. Then perseverance in prayer. In prayer also we have to persevere always. So not giving up because it didn't happen one day. go on doing, and thing will come. That's why the importance of faith comes. When it is said, when you repeat, Holy Mother said, repeat 100,000 times the holy name, you will find God. All changes will come. You will become, mind will concentrate, you will have assimilation, you will be spiritually transformed. Do 100,000 times. It's very difficult 100,000 times, you cannot do that. But what happens when you increase japam? 100,000 you may not do, but you may do 2,000, 5,000, whatever you can do. You will find that some power comes and interest comes and love in the holy name comes. When the taste comes in the name of God, then your spiritual life has become intact. Raso Vaisa, I call. God is the source of taste. And when you get that God, you find everything rasa, everything joyful, taste. So their taste develops for the name of God. And when it develops, then your spiritual life is secure, progress is faster, you find the grace of God coming, and then we progress definitely. And assimilation of our prayers, our thoughts, our holy ideas, they come in our life, and from our life, the divinity starts manifesting, and we become from petty, small, self-centered human being, we become broad-minded, all-loving, all-forgiving human being by the power of God's grace, which gives us as the power of concentration of our intellect and assimilation of the ideas that is we hear. Sravana, Manana, Nididhyasana. We hear or read, then we think upon that, and then Nididhyasana, we meditate, we assimilate that. That is the path of spiritual transformation. Thank you. Thank you for attending today's Sunday service. And those who were online attending, our thanks to them too. For the upcoming program, we have on Friday scripture class at 7:30 p.m. and that is on Uddhava Gita, but that class will be only online. It will not be in person, but it will be streamed on YouTube. On 30th, the next Sunday, there will be talk that is also only online, not in person. The talk's topic is mind training based on the Bhagavad Gita. Today we spoke something about the training of the mind. And so the topic is mind training based on the Bhagavad Gita, teachings of the Bhagavad Gita. After the closing chants, we will all go upstairs to have a lunch prasad. Now the closing chants. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu. Jai Shri Guru Maharaj Ji Ki Jai. Jai Mahamai Ki Jai. Jai Swami Ji Maharaj Ji Ki Jai. Jai Ganga Mai Ki Jai. जय भगवान बुद्ध की जय, जय ईशा मूषा की जय। सर्वस्तरतु दुर्गानि सर्वो भद्राणि पश्यतु, सर्वसद्बुद्धिमाप्नोतु, सर्वत्र नन्दतु। Hari Om Tat Sat. May all be freed from dangers. May all realize what is good. May all be actuated by noble thoughts. May all rejoice everywhere. Om, peace, peace, peace be unto us all. Om.